Welcome to the Glasstire Top 5. It is the week of June 23rd, 2016, and we are past the solstice. Thank you, sweet baby Jesus.
Why are you happy to be past the solstice?
Because the days will start getting shorter and cold weather eventually will come.
Oh my gosh, I love summer. I'm so thrilled summer's here. I'm totally into it. It's the best time of year. It's one of the reasons I live in Texas.
Well, you live in an oven there in North Texas, so.
Yeah. I went to the baseball game last night. It was perfect. It was hot and close. Okay, so number 5 this week is called Sunscreen. This is the second year in a row that the power station has had a film series. They hold it up on their rooftop. Speaking of being outside in the summer at nighttime, it's sunscreen shorts. The first one, which is coming up this weekend, was each week it's a theme or a program or whatever. This one is post-war Eastern European film, all shorts, organized by Danny Skinner, a lovely human being, smart, interesting guy who works at the Crow Museum, by the way. 2 weeks from now, Gregory Rupp, who manages the power station, is going to do a program of new wave Japanese shorts, which should be cool. Other sort of guests, if you might call them curators, will be Jason Reimer from the Texas Theater, which is one of Dallas's most amazing things. Justine Ludwig from the Dallas Contemporary is going to do one. So it's going to be 6 weekends this summer. You go sit on a rooftop. You watch an hour or two worth of interesting movies that you're not going to see elsewhere. So it's got the lightness of a kind of a summer fun thing, but it's a little bit more nutritious than that.
Nutritious. Our number 4 pick is Parallel Kingdom at the Station Museum in Houston. It is on view through October 2nd. It's contemporary art from Saudi Arabia. I was expecting from this show a lot of art fair art, huge, big, didactic, political, scaled, museum scaled, and there is that work in this show. What's really great about this show, and the reason I wanted to talk about it, is that, and the station's very good about doing these shows, and they are usually themed to a country. They had a Made in Palestine show, I think, last year. But they also, in addition to these big pieces, they cherry pick smaller works by younger artists that really show a sense of humor, that show a sense of irony and satire. And there's one in particular, a series of videos from this online-only TV station that I'm pretty sure is in Riyadh. I think it's in Riyadh. And it's these satirical videos of funny situations that young Muslims find themselves in, like at a bar when they see another Saudi and they're trying not to be recognized as Saudi and not be drinking alcohol, and they're not there to drink alcohol, and it's kind of hilarious. So
satire is probably a pretty smart way to deal with some of the entrenched issues over there. Number 3 this week is Jesse Alexander, The Golden Age of Motorsport. This is at Wichita Falls Museum of Art. This guy is in his 80s. These are cool. He's been photographing and filming mostly European, like classic traditional European motorsports, Le Mans and all the Formula One stuff, but it's great. It goes from black and white to color because he's been doing this is all stuff from the 50s, 60s, 70s.
It's super sexy. It's everything we glamorize about that era. The movie stars associated with it and everything. It's what's not to love.
He will have been sort of probably one of the primary photographers of this type of thing anyway. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that my husband can't get enough of, but just you guys need to understand, this is not NASCAR.
So number 2 is Sam Schonzeit and Vianney Fivel, Make Believe. This is at Mass Gallery in Austin. Sam is a Marfa guy.
Yeah,
right?
he's a man about town in Marfa. He grew up in New York City. He got his graduate degree at UT Austin. He's lived in Marfa for the most part since then, although I think he kind of comes and goes. He met a guy, I guess,
but his graduate degree is not an MFA. It's his graduate degree, I think, is in architecture.
I think it's in architecture as well, but he's been showing art in and around Marfa and elsewhere for quite a while. In fact, when Brandon and I were in Marfa last October for the big Marfa weekend thing, we stayed in an Airbnb loft that had a gigantic Schonzeit piece on the wall. I can show you that. But I think he's very popular. He does a lot of sort of participatory art, and I think Sam met this artist when he was in Geneva, because this guy's a Swiss artist. They're going to collaborate, and here's what Mass says about it. They will collaborate on make-believe, an evolving installation comprised of fountains, haircuts, a gallery within the gallery, a moving business, life drawing sessions, movie screenings, musical performances, rotary plate digitization of 3D objects, and more. These guys are actually setting up a moving business with a moving van. If you need to move your apartments or houses in Austin during the run of the show, call them. They're going to have a taxi service. Sam's going to be giving haircuts with, the zzz razor thing in the gallery. So it's fun and it's interactive.
What do you think about these time-based exhibitions where you can't just go and see the show and you've seen it? You have to keep coming back.
You don't have to keep going back. That's the thing. I wouldn't. I would go see it and enjoy what was there at that moment.
I would get a fade and then be done.
So number 1 this week is Norman Lewis at the Amon Carter Museum in Fort Worth. It's a great show. So Norman Lewis, out of Harlem, was an abstract expressionist in the middle of the last century. He painted from the 30s up until the 70s. He started out with kind of more the social realism thing, and then kind of evolved. And he was pals with Ad Reinhardt and Franz Klein and all those guys. He was black, and as far as the Amon Carter is putting it, he was like the premier black abstract expressionist. These paintings are good. He didn't reinvent the wheel, but everything he did is so solid. These are such a pleasure to look at. He brings incredible authority. The whole show is good, I think is what I'm trying to say. From his more figurative works that are a little bit earlier, up through going almost purely abstract. His mark making is beautiful. His surfaces are beautiful. His colors are amazing. His compositions are incredibly satisfying, and you can just get your fingers around it. So this was organized by the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts, and it's come to Amon Carter. The catalog is great. This guy has been underrepresented in museums and with solo shows over the years, so this is a good chance to see somebody who's being reconsidered. Look, the Amon Carter's been on a roll. And
they have been on such a roll. They're really hitting it out the park.
They are. And congratulations to them. We just keep going back to them again and again because their shows are rock solid these days.
Go see some art.
Go see some art.